Auditioning. Thug number one, thug number two.
For slaves.
Prostitute.
There's always the hustler.
Literate basketball players.
Mary had a little lamb.
The thug.
The only narrative that they understand of black life is drug addict, drug dealer, gang member.
I was the hottest black actor in the world after Poison Ivy. There were people clamoring to work with this young sensation as long as he did the roles they wanted him to do, which were street kids.
I had been in this thing that is a masterpiece of American cinema, and nobody gave a shit. They really didn't give a fuck.
I auditioned for my first pimp part. The mother's all proud. You know, be the best pimp you can be. The whole church is praying for me.
Let's pray that Brother Robert gets the role of Silky Good Dick. The film is called Holes on the Stroll. It sounds like a musical.
And then that's when the filmmaker was born. I said, man, we can't let Hollywood tell our stories. We got to tell our own stories. They'll make us do anything and everything. And these images travel around the world.
They have a perception of us that ultimately is false.
Hey, what's good, YouTube? It's your man Ronin back with another 5-minute Firewatch report. And today's content is going to deal with content carpetbaggers. Now, of course, I'm doing a new change and I'm bringing definitions and I want to break them down. Since everyone wants to be entertained, this is what it means. A content carpetbagger is a derogatory term which explains is opportunistic conflict creators who seek validation, dominion, and unchecked exploitation of those whom they have no local connections with. Now, here's the reason why this conversation is being brought up. And shout out to the Wacky World of O, an OG in this space, who's been at Manopsphere 1 since I remember. So it's been brought to my attention that we lost another one earlier this year. Rest in peace to both Force Windu and Renegade number 1. And in the event of having these content carpetbaggers who come with this snake oil idea of that they're here in this space to help men, especially black men. But in the wake of them being here, all they've done was created a great deal of misinformation, confusion. And all they've done is really pilfer the men in this space of their resources, time, and energy. See, when it comes to a lot of our brothers fallen, which we deal with the constant threat of extinction, we need to understand as content creators the power of our words. Words do have weight. And when we get out here and introduce a level of fear porn and fail porn, which I'll explain to you in a second. Fail porn is a derogatory term. It's a niche fetish of self-induced or excessive pleasure derived from accountability deprivation, magal erotica, and humiliation rituals led by internet idols. See, when it comes to fear porn, there are individuals who are content carpetbaggers who, number one, come into the space that have no connection to the men in this space. But they do have an opiate, which is fear porn among many. And what they do is promote negativity out here. They promote nonsensical topics, shit bags, or what we use as a military term, shitbirds. A complete useless individual who is unaware of his or her own complete uselessness. Excuse me. So you have people like the Glendon Candles. You have individuals, a myriad of them, that are distractions from the real mission that men are here. This space is initially made to help men, black men who are men's rights activists, talk about getting legislation to change the environment to help benefit us and our families. There are guys who are pro-family, who are guys who are pro-brotherhood, who are guys who are pro-education in the right way and not getting caught up in these punani politics and these ashy dick analytics and all this nonsensical distractions that keep us from being full progressive men. See, in the wake of that, we've lost two that we know of. And with these content carpetbaggers, these snake oil salesmen, or these shitbirds that we like to call, these are the very individuals who will piss on your leg and say it's lemonade or it's raining. When really, when it comes to this space, this is supposed to be a repository of information that is sound, that is helpful to our men, our brothers out here. Some of them who want to be actually men of forward progress and principles. Those who like to have families that create legacy, or just to be better versions of themselves to help break generational curses. See, these content carpetbaggers, all they do is use you as a number. You're nothing to them. In the wake of the two brothers here that fell, the problem is they don't even mention them. See, instead, they will actually campaign and co-sign and sit up under the nuts a lot of these perverts, these shitbirds that they sit there and celebrate and protect. See, that's a number one key flag that you will see. Any individual that does not benefit you and they celebrate them, that's one of your main problems you're dealing with, a content carpetbagger. All they do is get what they can. They're like energy vampires. They will suck the life out of you and treat you like a battery, and you're disposable to them. You're nothing more than a number. Their whole policy is fuck you, pay me, in more ways than one. So I want to say in closing, I want to give a motivational word to the peers who are out there who are creating content. Make it very tough for these content carpetbaggers to survive in this space. You do understand, not only do they run out of content, they run out of gas. Because as always, we say, if your actions, words, and intent don't work in concert, that individual is full of shit. And that right there is a content carpetbagger. So also, before I go, I need for my peers to understand there's nothing wrong with wellness checks, speaking life into your brothers. But more importantly, you need to speak life into yourself. You need to push the envelope of your greatness, understanding your gifts. And that will in turn help you appreciate your other peers who are looking to pull themselves out of the mire of this space. We need to make it a very challenging way of space, the way it makes it tough for these guys to stop monetizing mediocrity. All of that bullshit is done. And I want to send a salute to all the OGs. Definitely the Wacky World of O has inspired this video. So again, I had you in mind when this came up. It's definitely an excellent podcast. And many others who are talking about current events that deal with us, especially the military men who should be getting on in the right and start becoming leaders in their own right, which I'll be addressing in a series called The Military Mirror. So with that, that's been your 5-minute plus Firewatch report. And do your due diligence to run these pieces of shit out of this space. Because right now, they're running out of room to maneuver. We're talking about forward progressive things. We're talking about getting on point. We're talking about getting this space to back to what it was originally intended, not to be some little hangout spot for weenies, crybabies, and keyboard courage. So again, I salute you guys, both civilian and military alike. Simplify. You already know the deal. Never allow your comfort zone to become your coffin. Oh, and yeah, do look for it. See if that works for you. Until then, salute. Peace.